Yeah, so good morning. Good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me. So I'm seeing opportunity on GBP USD trend continuation. So maybe you are going to be waiting for the appropriate time. You get it? You are going to be waiting for the appropriate time to enter. That's what you are going to be waiting for. So you see, last time as we entered earlier, we got stopped out. So now we have learned our lesson from that. So you are going to be patiently wait. You are going to wait patiently for 7 o'clock before you execute. So you're having like 15 minutes for it to come. All right. So the job is done. Okay. Good morning, everyone. And how are you all doing? So how are you all doing? Yeah. So if you join the stream, kindly give a like. Click on the like button. Give a like to the stream. Kindly click on the like button. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to take a sell on USD, GBP USD. You get it. So let's break down what you're expecting this morning. So kindly give a like to the stream. Kindly give a like to the stream. So you see, what do you call it? I said I'm looking forward to take a sell on USD. So there was a perfect. So it's the same trade setup that happened on the other time, but that one pulled back on the daily time frame. But this one is happening on the H4 time frame. But one thing I don't like about this trade is what I was expecting is to pull back. Okay, so let's do first of all, let's check the fundamentals and see. So today is Tuesday, January 14th. We don't have any high impact news. So the only high impact news is going to happen around 1:30 p.m., which is going to be core PPI. Yeah, so what are they expecting? They're expecting the same numbers. So indecision. So aside that, you don't have any high impact news. So that means, let me check whether you have any minor. So 8:30, you're going to be having MPC member speak. That will be lending after lending open. Is it going to have an impact? But it's not that high impact news. It's not a major impact news. So let's break down the chart and see what you're expecting this morning. So on the monthly time frame, you have this minor rejection levels over here. You have this rejection levels over here. Moving to the weekly time frame. We're having this rejection level to over here at the weekly time frame. So let's try and get the accuracy of the levels. Okay. So you see, we still have some week. You still have this week to be filled. Okay, and you have this zone too at the weekly time frame. So when it comes to the trend is what? A downtrend. You get it? The trend is a downtrend. Price did more of what? Lower lows and lower highs. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So the trend actually is what? A downtrend. The trend is a downtrend at the weekly time frame. The trend is a downtrend at the weekly time frame. So let's move to the daily time frame. So the daily time frame too is trending down. Let's see if you having rejectional levels. So let's get the accuracy of these levels. So you see price, you see there's also a weak rejection over here. This week I'm expecting it to fail, and you're having this major zone. So this one is a weekly resistance, daily resistance. So I was expecting price to even get close to this one, okay, so that we can hide below this one and place our stop loss over there. So this is a strong area. So I was thinking price is going to close around that level. Yeah, so the daily time frame too is a downtrend. The trend is all what? Down. All the time frame trend is a downtrend. All the time frame trend is a downtrend. So price has now created this resistance over here. It has created this resistance over here. So I'm waiting for the flip. Okay. If this candle starts flipping, that is where I'm going to enter a sell. So at the H1 time frame, yeah, so it looks good at the H1 time frame. So when the H1 time frame starts flipping, let me look at the M32. Oh, I should wait for. So price is currently retesting on this zone. So you are going to wait for the H1 to close. So we have like 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes. So if this candle close, I think the break of. So let me adjust myself well because I'm going to execute. So how much am I risking? Let me check my accounts. So anytime you are executing a trade, you need to ask yourself how much or what percentage are you risking on your account. So you don't have to just risk everything on your account and you come and cry. Okay, because no matter how good the setup looks, it can still do otherwise or other ways. So you just have to manage your risks. Don't risk all your accounts. Risk percentage of your account. You get it? Risk percentage of your account. And when the trade is moving in your favor, you what? Protect yourself and allow the trade to run. Okay, it's all about capital protection and risking. So what will be the stop loss? What will be the stop loss? And the stop loss, I would love it to be below this one. Below this one. So let's say approximately let's say 18 pips. So those times I would be rushing. Okay, so the more you lose, the more you become calm. I remember those times, it is not 7 o'clock yet. I will be rushing to execute. So you just have to be patient. You get it? You just have to be patient. If you lose, that is when you become wise. Just stay calm. So let me see, maybe the stop will be 20 pips. Okay, 20 pips. So 20 pips. So you use baby pips position size calculator. Okay, baby pips position size calculator. So I'm having my account size $5,000. So I'm waiting for next month. From next month forward, I will start getting a bigger account. This is because you are in January. That's why I've relaxed. So risk 1%, stop loss 20%, 20 pips. So when you start February, March, quarter 2, that is when I will go in. Quarter 1, I'm relaxed. Okay, because the market hasn't settled down yet. Most of the big institutions haven't started trading yet. So you need to take it calm and see whether your strategy is taking off. So I can use this loss size, 0.2 loss size. Yeah. So you are in to take action. It's all about risks. Okay. So the reason is what price is a downtrend. It's the same thing on the daily time frame. What happened? But now this one is happening at what? H4 time frame. This the reason. Last week price was in a downtrend, pulled back, created this resistance over here. After the candle closure, we took the flip and price ran very long. So it's the same thing that you are taking it on the H4 time frame. It's the same thing. Price has broken out from the zone, waited patiently to what? Give us the pullback, created this resistance. Price is now what? You're expecting a continuation. So there's no difference in what the other trade we took the other time. But this one thing I would love this pair to be doing, that one thing I would love where I will be placing my stop loss. One thing I wanted it to happen on this trade is what I wanted this, like it should have come close to this one so that I will hide below this one, okay, or above this one. With that one, you see, you're having daily, weekly, so the stop loss level would have been strong. But now where it is placing your stop loss here, I'm not kind of confident in where I'm placing my stop loss. And if you place it over here too, it's going to be too wide because the current market price is around this side. If you place your stop loss over here, that's too wide. You get it. So we are waiting. So we have to like 3 minutes for the candle to close. We have like 3 minutes for the candle to close. So you see, most of the time USD CHF and GBP USD move opposite to each other. So let's see what's so as USD CHF is selling, maybe GBP USD, because mostly they move opposite to each other. So let's see what will happen if there was no unless we see confirmation structure shift before you take. So, and if you watch this candle to it close, so the pair is GBP USD. The pair is GBP USD. So we are waiting for. So if it's closed below this one, then yeah, because mostly GBP USD and USD CHF moves, but that's not the case. You are just watching this one. You are not doing any correlation or correlation. You are just watching this one because mostly if you do the correlation, you normally get confused. So you are patiently waiting for the H1 to close. No rushing, patient. You see, those times, I remember last Monday, we rush. So, like, if you are losing, if you are starting out on trading and you lose, that's why I always say you have to take it slow as a beginner. Because with time, you will get used to the losses and you stop doing all those mistakes. Some of the mistakes, even if they advise you, are not going to stop. The only way you are going to be stopping is when you lose a lot. That's when you become very calm. So, if you are losing a lot in trading, just keep on doing it. With time, you stop the bad habit. You get it. With time, I remember when I was those times waiting for a candle to close was a problem. I will feel like I will be impulsive to enter. Because I feel like I'll be missing the trade. I'll feel like I'm missing the trade. Impulsively, then I'll enter. But as time goes on, as I lose, oh, no one told me to be patient. I just stay calm, wait for the time, this thing. So the time frame is H1 time. So if you want to see everything that I'm doing, you just check it out over here. Just check it out over here. You will see them. Okay, so if you are losing, I'm just an advice for you people. No one who is going to, most of the things your mentor can't take it from you. Bad habits, especially. I was watching, there was this controversy going on the internet. If you are in Ghana, there was this guy who took someone from the street, and now the guy was still doing the bad habits, the smoking and other stuff. And I was reading some of the comments, and someone was saying, you can take the person out from the street, but you can't take the street from the person. You get it? You can't take the street from the person. So you are patiently waiting. You see what is the price is doing. You are still patiently waiting. Price has now closed above this one. So what I'm saying was, the people were saying you can't take the street out from the person. Okay, so for me, your mentor will be giving you the blueprint, everything. By some of the bad habits, you are going to stop it yourself. As you lose, I will tell you, wait for candle to close. Sometimes you feel like, mentor master, you don't know what you are doing. Waiting for candle to close, I'm going to miss the trade. Wait for 7 o'clock before you execute. Mentor, 7 o'clock, I'm going to miss the trade. Let me execute. Let me be fast and execute and cash out for the day. So those minor things, you are going to stop doing them when you lose. Then you just sit down, advise yourself, this thing is not helping me. I have to put a stop to that. You get it? So like you guys were seeing me how I was impatient to wait for maybe the time we all plan. Sometimes you miss the trade and other stuffs. But now I'm very calm because I've lost several times. I've lost continuously. And now what? I'm very calm waiting for that time. You get it? So trading is all about being patient, and an experience to also count a lot when it comes to trading. Experience, you need a lot of experience. Experience is going to help. So that's why mostly I say reading book on trading psychology is BS. Okay, if you guys understand, it's just bullshit. Reading books on psychology is just bullshit. It's all about experience. If you have a lot of experience in trading, some of the things no one should tell you to stop. No one is going to tell you to stop. You stop it automatically by losing. So it's a constant learning. Okay, so if you're in my private group yesterday, you were discussing about one setup that I've said I'm going to stop taking it. It's a constant learning. Okay, because I realized that most of my losses were coming from that trade setup. Okay, that breakout, not waiting for a pullback and other stuff. And no one is going to tell you. Constant learning, constant trading is a constant learning. You need to put in a lot of work, analyze your mistakes, go through your past trades, analyze your mistakes. With time, you stop the bad habits. So if you're having any bad habits on trading, just be calm with yourself. With time, you will stop. Okay, so know what you are doing wrong and put a stop to them. Know what you are doing wrong, put a stop to them. Try your best. So it's like having a bad habit. Maybe you are married and you're still womanizing. Okay, no one is going to they will sit you down, advise you. If you have decided not to stop, there's no way you are going to stop unless you make a decision yourself that, oh, I'm going to stop. Okay, if you are a married man and you are still womanizing, if you're a man and you are still womanizing, if you're a lady and you are still cheating on your husband, no one is going to sit you down, advise you, and still like you make a decision to stop, unless you make up your mind that for now, finally, you don't want to be doing these things. Okay, you want to stop. You can stop it by yourself. No one, no pastor, no malam, no one can even stop you doing those things. So with bad habits on trading, let's talk about trading psychology, the mindset of traders and those stuffs. It's all about experience. Okay, trading, to be successful in trading, it needs a lot of experience. Experience counts a lot. Okay, so involve yourself in a community where they talk about trading. Okay, with time you stop all those bad habits. Okay, with time you stop. So if you're having any bad habits, don't be obsessed with yourself. Okay, don't be obsessed with yourself. With time you will stop. Don't be obsessed with yourself. Just be patient with yourself. Continue learning. Find out if you lose a trade. Just sit down. Why did I even lose the trade? My mentor told me I should wait for breakouts, retest, and then did I do that? If you maybe if you notice that you didn't do something of that sort, just tell yourself, for now, tomorrow I'm going to be patient and wait for that thing. Okay, I'm going to be patient and wait for that thing. So don't stop trading. Don't stop going slow. Some people going big at the initial stage, they want to be rich in the following day or whatever. Don't go in big, go in small at the initial stage, so you understand the concept. Okay, so you understand the concept before you go in big. So you see what the price is now currently doing. So now the high has been broken. You get it? Now the high has been broken. So we are going to be patient and wait for better confirmation. So I was expecting. So you see, volume is very important in the market. You don't have to execute trade when there's no volume. I remember those times I used to even enter trade. So those times, for instance, I would have entered when the H4 closed. I would have entered the next candle. I've entered. I was thinking I want to be in trade. But one thing I've noticed with time, I noticed that volume is very important when the institution starts taking trades. Okay, so now lending session is going to open in the next hour. You get it? So you see, in every institution, if you are working at a day job, if you're having any job and all the other stuffs, when you go to the workplace, you first of all, maybe you don't have to go to the workplace at the time that maybe you open. Okay, you don't have to go to the workplace you have to prepare. So we have pre-working time. I don't know how to put it. You need to prepare, and as you are preparing, maybe an hour to the main session. Maybe if you are working at the bank, I've worked at the bank before, so sometimes I've worked at the bank. I was once working at GCB Bank. So before you get to the bank, you have to first of all, what you do is you maybe do some back office. Okay, maybe sometimes maybe you have a lawyer, a customer, maybe you have some trusted I don't know how to even put it. You have a customer, maybe the customer wanted to cash out. You go and take the person's checkbook, try to maybe fill the forms. When the bank opens, the moment the person enters the bank, is going to take the money, not joining queue. So those things are what back office work. Like it's not the time that the banks open or not the time that the institution open, but you are preparing for the main time to come. You get it? You are preparing for the main time to come. So those times to also bring volume in the market. So it's the same thing in trading. Before the main session, the active market session will start. An hour before the main session will start, we get some volume. So that's why I always advise you need to wait 1 hour when the main session is about to start. The active session is about to start. That is when we start executing. You get it? That is when you start executing. So if you execute maybe 2 hours, 3 hours for the main session, because even those times we are still having active session like the Tokyo session, but before that the Tokyo session has already happened and it's about to close. Okay, so there's no enough time. So when it is 8 o'clock, especially is it 8 o'clock when landing? So when landing, we have an overlap, Tokyo and landing session overlap. During that time, during the overlap too, we get a lot of volume during those times. I think it's around when lending opens. The overlap is around when. Now the overlap happens an hour after the lending session has opened. So we have Tokyo. So that means when you talk about overlap, it simply means when a new session is about to close, a session is about to close, and a new session is about to happen. So during 9 o'clock GMT, we are in daylight saving. So during 9 o'clock GMT, we have what we call overlap. You get it? With the overlap, what happens is the Tokyo session is about to close and lending session is about to lending session has opened an hour after. You get it? So we have an active, we have momentum, we have volatility during that time. You get it? The rapid movement in price during those times. So those are the times that normally we have major movement in price. You have seed rapid movement in price and other stuff. So those are the times that you need to participate in the forex market. Those are the times that you need to be involved in the market. Don't try to trade times that it is very dormant. So you see, a lot of traders don't advise, a lot of mentors don't advise people to be trading the Asian session. So you see, people move the market. You get it? People move the market. So there was a saying that the law was I've forgotten this. They said the law was made for man, not man for law. Okay, so even though the market is moving every time, anytime the market is moving, but if people don't move the market, it is still going to be very slow, still going to be dormant. It's the same thing. So you just have to what, come to the market when there's active market session. So this thing would have taken you like 2 years before you figure it out. Market sessions are very important. I've seen a lot of beginners traders trading randomly. Okay, because they see a nice setup, they trade randomly. So if you have come in contact with me, I've saved you like thousands of dollars, because you would have lost during that time. Okay, you would have lost during that time. So if you come in contact with me, that means I've saved you thousands of dollars. You guys should appreciate what I've been doing, because all these things came. So sometimes I wonder why people said you have to do why are you teaching for money? Do you know the number of years I've lost? Like the things that I'm teaching you was as a result of my losses. Okay, so don't expect anyone to teach you for free when it comes to trading. The experience the person is going to give it to you was he has lost more than the amount he's even charging you. So you see, you guys saw it. We lost on Monday, we lost the trade together. But we have now learned, as we lost. Do you know the amount I lost on Monday trade? It was more than the $50 I'm charging you for the boot camp. You get it? But now I'm going to teach you that wait patiently for that time. Don't trade when there was no active market session. I'm going to teach you, and with what, a minimal amount of money. So don't expect anyone to teach you trading for free, because even if the person teaches you for free, he's doing you a harm, because the person has lost money. The experience the person has gathered was as a result of what, his losses. So yesterday I was given an informative information on what, informative this thing, what do you call it, informative knowledge or experience on what, my mentorship group, about what I've learned and what they have to be doing. It was as a result of losses, and yesterday it even saved us money. Okay, because you would have entered this breakout. Mostly we enter a breakout setup, and I'm working behind the scene. I'm working very hard for making us getting a quality trade, like trying to reduce our losses. There's no way you can skip losses in this game, but I'm trying very hard to work, trying to minimize the losses. Okay, and our wins will be more. So yesterday we would have entered this breakout because price has broken out from this zone. You get it? Mostly we enter breakouts, and we would have entered this trade. Since this one moved, you would have stopped out by this week. Okay, you would have stopped out by this week. So yesterday there was a break, and so when price breakout, I've already told them, when price breakout, just wait patiently for a retest, then we take it. Okay, so the breakout, even though you've made a lot of money from breakout, especially on USD CHF, you've made a lot of money from breakout entries. So last time we made money from this breakout entry. You've made money from this breakout entry. You made money from this breakout entry. You've made money from breakout entries, and not only on USD CHF. But one thing I've noticed is what, it is a risky kind of trade. Sometimes if you are not lucky, and when there's no momentum in the market, you might be stopped out. Okay, so the best or the conservative way is what, breakout works, especially if you know how you can do it. And for me, I know how I understand it very well when it comes to breakout, and I trade it very well too as well. But I've stopped taking such trade. I want like the conservative one. Okay, so I saved the group like dollars who people would have executed this trade, and I saved them dollars. Okay, so some experience comes with cost. Okay, so don't expect anyone to be teaching you for free. At least pay something to the person to teach you his experience. Okay, so I would have entered this one before even when it starts, and I would have lost money. And so as I lost money, I noticed that is not the perfect time to execute. So patiently, and you see what happened, price just put back. I would have stopped out. I would have been stopped out. Okay, so this year I want to take quality trades, not an average trade. Quality is what you are going for this year. Okay, because you have to make a lot of money this year. So now let's try and what. So now price, the high has been broken. So I was expecting when the H1 candle closed, this is what I was expecting. When this candle, I was thinking this candle is going to close below this one. Okay, then you take the flip. So now we are going to wait. If the H1 breaks below this one, then maybe you go in for a sell. Okay, so you have to wait patiently for the H1 candle to close before you make a decision. Okay, so this is the level I was expecting price to get to. So I was expecting the H4 candle to get to this side. Okay, this candle, you see the wick, the exhaustion candle, you can see the wick rejection over here. So I was expecting this candle to close calmly on this level. When it closed calmly on this level, then maybe if the bearish candle close, okay, so this is what I was expecting. Let me illustrate it on for you. This is what I was expecting it to happen. So when it comes to trading, execute something that you are familiar with. Okay, don't be execute. I always preach this thing. Trading is all about experience. Execute something that you have seen it happening. So this is what I was expecting. So you see a long wick. So the long wick is telling you that what buyers have lost control in the market. Okay, so this is what I was expecting. And I was expecting if the bearish candle close, so that because I will love, so mostly the H4 zones are not all that strong like that. So you see, as price got to this level, it got rejected because we haven't multiple rejection level. We haven't, this zone is very strong. We haven't weekly zone, daily zone at this level. So you see how price got this level, this candle got rejected. This bearish candle tried to move, got rejected. This candle too is getting rejected. Okay, so this zone is very strong. So if you are selling on this zone, the chances of price coming to your stop is very low. Okay, so normally you sell on zones to minimize your your losses. So this is what I was expecting. Maybe if the bearish candle engulfs this one, if the bearish candle engulfs this one, you guys don't know the amount of dollars I've saved you. If you are starting out trading, you would have lost a lot. So if you have been following me keenly, I've saved you a lot of money. So this is what I was expecting. Okay, open, close. So I would have taken the next flip. Okay, I would have taken the next flip. So this is what I was expecting it to happen. Then I'll take the buy. Okay, then I'll take the buy on this level. So this point I would have placed my stop loss. I would have placed my stop loss over here and take the entry over here. But since this candle decided to move up, okay, because when I was saying I wanted to take a sell, I wasn't. So you see some of the trades, the moment you see it, you are going to be very confident. Okay, you are very confident, and sometimes to some trade will present itself even though it aligns with your trade setup, but within you are not happy with the trade, even though it meets. So even though it means it aligns with your trade setup, but you are not confident, you are not happy because of some things you are not seeing. But since it is aligned with your trade setup, you need to exit. So even though everything was perfect, traders got into this resistance level and other stuff, but I would have loved when price got to this level, I'll place my stop loss below this one and take a sell. That one is what I would love to take. Okay, so as it moved to this side, I'm very happy because I wasn't confident in the sell, even though everything aligns. But this point would have been where I was placing my stop loss. I wasn't happy with it because the strongest level would have been this level. Placing my stop loss over here, this point would have been the level I would have placed my stop loss. Yeah, so as I'm saying, if you are following me, that means what I'm saving you a lot of money because most of the mistakes you would have been doing, I'm telling you. So today I've told you, pay attention to. Don't be executing randomly. Some people can't sit if they are not executing. They are treating trading as sporty bets. Aviator, since you can bet anytime. With trading, it doesn't work like that. With trading, you need to trade during trade times that there's volume. Okay, even though the forex market opens 5 days a week, 5 days a week, within a week, 24 hours a day, but you can't trade anytime. There's specific times that you trade to become profitable. You can't trade anytime. If you are trading currencies, you can't trade anytime. Okay, yeah, so that's it. So we are waiting for the H1 candle. We are waiting for the H1 candle. If the H1 candle flip close below this one, that is when we are going to consider a sell. But for the meantime, since price has broken above this one, we still have to be patient. Okay, either we wait for the H4 candle to close. So there's chances that this one can break and close below this one, but if there was no confirmation, there's no way we are going to be executing. So trading is all about waiting for the right, like waiting for the perfect entry. So this week I've missed one trade over here, and as I missed the trade, you know, like I sat and studied this move for like 5 hours yesterday. I'll clean my charts, reanalyze it again, clean my charts, reanalyze it again. I'm trying to visualize myself, visualize this pattern, so anytime it happens again, I'll execute. So there was a perfect trade opportunity over here as price broke out, made a red test by a bearish candle. The moment this candle engulfed this one, that is when I would have entered. Okay, that's when. So I missed this trade. Because the timing too, I think it happened around the New York Stock Exchange, the NYSE session. So I think I missed the time. You get it? I missed the chance. Okay, Mr. Oforiwa Yinis. Mr. Pepper Chaser. Yeah, so I've missed one trade this week. This is one trade that meets my trade criteria, so I miss it. Okay, so let's see what you are expecting on USD CHF for today. So let's move to the monthly time frame, or let's first of all, let's analyze since it moves with. So as I've said, GBP USD, we are waiting for the H1 candle to close. So the H1 candle will close when lending opens. So we are going to be watching this one. When you are going to come back on this trade when lending opens, that's when you are going to pay attention to this one, because most of the time USD CHF and GBP USD moves opposite to each other. You get it? Since they move opposite to like opposite directions, mostly because as the candle broke below, I noticed even though price was within the weekly range, so as price broke below, I noticed that USD CHF might be selling and GBP, but mostly the correlation, it normally gets confusing. So I don't normally pay attention to that. If there's a clear setup, I'm going to execute. So that's what I normally do. So when it comes to USD CHF, this is what I'm expecting. It's very basic. What do you call it? It's the way I analyze the market is very basic. Okay, basic. So you just have to stick to what works for you. And one thing you need to understand that the strategy you are going to chase, they all sometimes get a losing streak. So you just have to stick to what works for you and make sure you are making it better. Okay, don't be chasing strategies. If you are starting out as a beginner, don't be chasing strategies. The strategy you are seeing on the internet and the person is making consistent money now, a time will come. So you guys saw me during the the end of the year. You saw the consistent back-to-back losses. You guys saw the back-to-back. I was losing and I was even like I was confused. I was losing back to back. But when we started the new year, we started getting profits back to back, like sending signals, and the chart is playing back to. So that's how. So sometimes I didn't believe this thing till I started experiencing it. So sometimes the market is not going to be favorable. Your setups, like the market is not going to be respecting your system with some time. Sometimes the market is not going to be respecting. I still stay calm, wait patiently, execute, refine, find out, did you do anything wrong? You get it? Did you do anything wrong? Did you waited for price to break retest? You get it? So as you are refining with time, a month is coming where it is going to be respecting your system. Okay, don't stop what you are doing. Okay, unless maybe you've traded it for a year and you are still not seeing, you have followed the principle, everything, and you are still not seeing a result. That's why you maybe shift. But if you have traded it for some time and you are still like everything is like the person is making profit and you are not making profit, then the mistake might be coming from you. So there was this saying that goes that the strategy is not from the trader, but what it is the person. The strategy is not the problem is coming from the person who is using it. Okay, so don't be moving from one strategy to another. That's not going to help you. So when it comes to the monthly time frame, price has retested on this level. Okay, so this is a key level. So moving to the weekly time frame. Moving to the weekly time frame on USD CHF. So the trend is still what, an uptrend. So price has gotten to the peak. Price has gotten to the higher. So it even went to the extent of what, breaking this level. So last time I was discussing this level, that it is going to be very difficult for this level to break, since price has retested it several times. So you guys can see it got retested on this level. Several times on this level, and I was even saying it is going to be very hard for price to break through this level. You get it? It is going to be very hard for price to break this level. So finally the level got broken, but you are still having this monthly rejection level that price might what, price might be price has rejected it over here. So moving to the daily time frame. So the weekly time frame is still an uptrend. Moving to the daily time frame, price is currently what, price is currently pulling back over here. You get it? So if you're not getting anything, you can kindly comment in the chat box for me to explain it to you, in case maybe you are not getting something. So price is currently what, an uptrend. You get it? Price is currently an uptrend. So we can see the highs, lows, highs, lows. Okay, so the trend is what, an uptrend at the at the daily time frame. Price is what, an uptrend at the daily time frame. Price is an uptrend. So if you look left, you can see it over here, that you have a rejection level 2 over here at this time frame. So yesterday it was a perfect trade setup that I refused to take. So when it happens again, I will do justice to that by taking it. Okay, so price is currently in this range. So weekly is an uptrend, daily is an uptrend. So moving to the H4 time frame. So H4 time frame has currently shifted trend to what, a downtrend. Okay, so the daily is pulling back, but currently the H4 has shifted trend. So how did I know it has shifted trend? Price pulled back, made a consolidation over here. So the moment it broke, you get it, the moment this candle broke this one, you can see the body of the candle has broken below the higher lows. You get it? So this zone has been broken. These zones has been broken. You get it? So currently price is in what, a downtrend. Price is in a downtrend. So you're expecting a pullback to continue, okay, at the H4 time frame. So what decision am I going to make on this one? Am I going to take a buy or a sell? So currently, even if I'm focusing on the daily time frame, there was no entry on the daily time frame. The daily time frame hasn't retested yet. The candle hasn't closed. It has broken out. We need a retest. So these are the key levels. These are the various key levels that price might be retesting on. Okay, so since the candle hasn't closed, we can't take a decision when a candle is in motion. Okay, we have to wait for the candle to calm down by closing, settling down by closing. That's when you are going to take action. So we can't take a sell over here, we can't take a buy over here. So you can see this one, this candle, you can see this was a perfect break and retest entry. Price broke out, close, retested over here. So you can see the daily has perfectly retested by the candle closing. So if you are taking a buy, looking for an entry and taking a buy over here, it makes sense. But when it comes to this side, this candle hasn't closed yet. Okay, it's still in motion. The candle hasn't closed. So you have to first of all wait for the candle to close. So where are we going to be having the rejectional level? So we can have a rejectional level over here. Price can get rejected over here. Price can get rejected over here. So these are the various levels that price can reject. Okay, price can get rejected over here. So what you have to wait for, since maybe on the daily, wait for the candle to either close over here, then you take a decision by either you are going to go a buy or, but this one is going to happen after the daily candle has closed. Now the daily candle hasn't closed yet, so we can't make a decision on that. The daily candle hasn't closed yet. So moving to the H4 time frame. So the H4 is what, a downtrend. So today on USD CHF, I can't make a decision on, unless maybe I can make a decision, maybe a buy decision. Since the weekly time frame is an uptrend, daily time frame is an uptrend, I can be making a buy decision when we have got a shift structure. So at the H4 time frame, so the shift in structure is going to happen like this. If price move up, do like this. So at this point, you see price has what pulled back, trend continue. If it breaks, so now the lower low is going to be broken, the lower high has been broken. So at this point, the trend has shifted trend to what an uptrend. So that is when I'll be making a decision for a buy. So now I'm not interested, because normally I don't take a counter trend trade. So counter trend simply means when the trade is in what opposite direction of the main trend. So if I'm taking a sell over here, based on, so one thing you have to notice, what when you talk about counter trend, with counter trend, it depends on a trade, or maybe a setup is going to be a counter trend trade, or a counter trend setup, based on the time frame you are focusing on. Okay, so if I'm taking a sell over here, someone at the based on your time frame analysis, someone might be saying it's a counter trend at the H4 time frame, a daily time frame, or the weekly time frame. But when it comes to the H4 time frame, if you take a sell, you are in the direction of the main structure or the main trend. So normally it depends on the time frame you are focusing on. Okay, it depends on the time frame you're focusing on. So I'm not interested in taking a sell, because I normally make sure two time frames are in the same direction before I'll make a decision. Since this one is in opposite direction of what the daily and H4 is doing, I'm not interested in taking a sell. Okay, I'm not interested. So I would love, what I said is what I would love a shift in structure. So maybe, so these are the various rejectional level. Price, if price decides to break this weekly level, then maybe it can do something like this, consolidate over here, then it will break. Okay, or price can also what move up like this, consolidate over here, then it will continue. Okay, so this is the point I would love to take a buy. This is the point I would love to take a buy. Okay, these are the various levels I would love to take a buy over here. So that means it is going to be in the same direction with the higher time frame trend. So this is the point I would take a buy. This is the point I would love to take a buy. You get it? So there has been a shift in trend, because I'm interested in buy, because weekly is an uptrend, daily is an uptrend. I don't want to rely solely on H4 and make my decision. I want at least two higher time frames to be in the same direction, at least weekly, daily, or daily H4 to be in the same direction. Then maybe I'll wait for break and retest, then I'll take it. It's very simple. Wait for two time frames to be in the same direction. Okay, wait for a break and retest, you execute. Very simple. So this is what I'm expecting it to happen on USD. So for this session, the lending heading towards the lending session, I don't have any decision to make on what USD CHF. So as I've stated, if you have any question, you can drop it in the chat box. Kindly give a like to the stream too as well. Give a like to the stream, or you share the stream to your colleagues. Click on the thumbs up button. You guys are more than 9. Only 9 people have given a like to the stream. So give a like to the stream. So this is what I'm expecting it to happen on. And kindly put the channel to on a notification or notification. Anytime I come live or drop anything, you can get notified. Alright, so that's what I'm expecting on USD. But for now, I'm not interested in anything over here unless I see something of this sort. So today, what I'm interested in is GBP USD sell. That's what I'll be looking for, an entry to execute a sell on. Okay, maybe it will happen. If it doesn't happen during the lending session or lending open, we can get it happening around maybe pre-New York session. Okay, so I'm waiting for the H1 candle to close. So the H1 is going to close in the next 30 minutes. That's when. So this one is very strong. Okay, so we need to see a rejection candle. So at least a bearish rejection candle. Bearish candle meaning what? A rejection candle, then we take a sell. This one is very strong, and I strongly believe it is going to get respected. So then we take the flip, but now this one has broken. Okay, so you need to be very tactical, very strategic on this trade setup. Okay, so I'm waiting for the candle to close and I'll make a decision on that. So let's move to USD card. Then we move to gold. If there's no opportunity, then we will we wait patiently for maybe another time. So it's all about patience game. So what's happening on USD card? So with USD card, what is the time frame, various time frames telling us? So with USD card, you're having this monthly time frame over here. Monthly time frame rejection. Okay, so the reason is what? As price broke out, this is the first point price is going to retest. As price broke out, it is going to retest over here. Okay, and if it breaks this one too, it is going to retest these levels. So you have to know the valid support and resistances. It is very, very important, the valid support and resistances. So moving to the weekly time frame. As price has, so it's the same principle. As price has broken out, by all means price is coming back. It is going to come back to which levels? These levels, these levels, these levels. You get it? Or these levels. So those are the levels you're expecting. So you need to plot. As price hasn't approached those levels, we need to plot them on the chart. So this level, some people will call it order block. There are a lot of names to be called, but normally my levels are just what, using the idea of support market structure to be able to, and it works very well. Price respect it like magic. So these are the various levels. Okay, so price is approaching those levels. Price, and make sure it has touched the body of the candle perfectly. So if you want to see the body of the candle, you change it to a line chart so that you get the accuracy of the body of the candles. Okay, so since price hasn't approached this level, that's why I didn't even bother to look at. So moving to, so we're having this level 2 over here. So price is currently on the weekly time frame. Price is currently in the middle of what? A zone. Okay, so we can be having consolidation within the zone. We can be having something like this within this zone. We can be having something like this within this zone. You get it? So what's the trend? So it is very important when it comes to identification of trend. It should be part of you, because that is what is going to help you decide or determine your directional bias. Okay, so you have to have it. That is the first thing you have to also do after identifying your support and resistances. The direction of the trend is very important. So the weekly time frame is an uptrend. Moving to the daily time frame. With the daily time frame, what's the trend for the daily time frame? So price broke out. You get it? Price currently what? Pullback. So we have it in our back of our head. That's what the weekly time frame is. What? So the weekly time frame is an uptrend. The weekly time frame is an uptrend. The weekly time frame is an uptrend. And the daily time frame, what's the trend for the daily time frame? So the daily time frame trend is kind of consolidating, but with the experience, you know that price has broken here. So now the trend has shifted to what? A downtrend. Price pulled back. So it has pulled back on these levels. You get to these major levels. These major levels. So you're expecting a pullback and price will work on. So price on the daily time frame is what? On the daily time frame, price is a downtrend. Price is on a downtrend. Daily price is what? A downtrend. Price is on a downtrend at the daily time frame. So moving to the H4 time frame. So with the H4 time frame, what's the trend at the H4 time frame? What's the trend at the H4 time frame? So with the H4 time frame, the trend is also what? A downtrend. You get it? So price broke this one. So the trend became what? A downtrend. So let's bring it over here. So the H4 is what's a downtrend. H4 is a downtrend currently. So let's plot out the various levels. Okay, so now it's left with entry. So how are you going to execute a trade on this one? Okay, so you see, now you can take what our decision on this one. It can be a sell, because the daily is a downtrend, H4 is a downtrend. So you can be taking a sell on this trade, on this pair, on USD card. So is it ready for now? For me, what I will wait for, since price is currently in this middle of a range, okay, price in middle of the range, what I will expect it to happen, price breakout, make a retest, then I'll go in for a sell. You get it? This is what I would love to see before I would take a sell. Or maybe you can take a breakout. With the breakout, you have to trade it when there's volume. Okay, so maybe landing open or something, but I will not allow to take a breakout entry. I'll wait for a retest. Okay, if I miss it, fine, but I'll wait for price to break out. Okay, if price break out, I'll wait for a retest. Price breakout from this major zone. Price breakout from this major zone. Okay, if price breakout, I'll wait for a retest. I'll wait for a retest, then I'll take a sell. So it's the same thing like what happened yesterday on USD CHF. So you can see, yesterday on USD CHF, price broke out, as I was explaining. Price broke out this zone over here. You can see price broke out, made the retest. So the trend continuation is what I would love to take a buy on. So it's the same thing on USD card. I'm waiting for, maybe if price breakout, retest, then I'll go in for a sell. Okay, so now no impulse entry, no impulse positions, always waiting for price to relax, calm down before you go in. Okay, so currently price is in this strong zone. We have one zone over here, we have one zone over here. Okay, so if you change it to a line chart, you will see it well. So you can see the various zones, this various turning points. You can see one turning point over here, one turning point over here. So it tells you that that zone is very strong. It tells you that that zone is very strong. So we need to patiently wait for this zone to be broken, calmly broken, wait for the retest. You get it? Then we execute a sell. Okay, but if you want to go in for breakout too, it's fine, it works. If there's volume in the market, the moment it breaks out, you can take the continuation. But I would love for price to what, maybe pull back to the previous institutional level. Okay, so the support level or institutional levels, mostly the institutions normally take their position at those levels. Okay, or you wait for price to come pull back on this level, then you take a sell. That's what I would expect. But when it comes to buy, if you move to the daily time frame, the daily time frame is what, a downtrend. So I'm not interested in what, a buy on USD card. I'm interested in a sell on USD card. So this is what I would love to see on USD card. Okay, so it looks like this one is flipping. This one is flipping. GBP USD is flipping. Is it going to happen? So you have like 17 minutes for this candle to close. So the level keeps on rejecting it. The level keeps on rejecting it. So you see, sometimes the entries become very difficult. Price is not giving you a perfect. So if you see this entry, so if you see this trade, it was very simple. Yeah, if you see this, some of the trades are very simple. Price broke out, made. So you see what is happening. You see what is happening on GBP USD this morning. It's the same thing that happened over here. So price broke this one, and later the moment it flipped, we had the continuation. You get it? So it's the same thing over here That is happening this morning too. You get it? The shaded part you can see is the same thing that happened. So let's see how we can execute a sell since the level is getting rejected. But we need to be super careful, patient, okay, and wait, because this is a very critical thing. The way price is making, since the high has been broken, the perfect time is maybe waiting for the H4 to close too as well. So we take the flip, okay, take the flip. So it's either you wait for the H1 to close. So it depends on how the H1 is going to close. Then we take the flip, but maybe lending open 2 is going to bring in some volume. Okay, so today the only trade we are having an eye on, you're going to keep an eye on, is GBP USD. GBP USD, because when you look at USD CHF, there's no opportunity. So let me see how USD CHF is doing this morning. Yeah, so it looks like it is moving up to the zone again, but there's no opportunity on it. USD card too. So the only trade is GBP USD this morning. But you still have to, either you wait for what happened on 10th April 2024. That trade, I will never forget. That trade changed my life. I have to celebrate this day, 10th April 20. That's the trade that changed everything for me. 10th April 2024 trade did change, open my eyes to more things. 10th April 2024. So maybe, but that one happens to be what? Bullish trend. That trade, so you guys can study this trade. You don't know what it did for me. It was an eye opener. I took a buy, and this trade was an eye opener. So maybe something of that sort will happen on USD, GBP USD today. This trade was an eye opener. 10th April in the morning, 10th April 2024. I will never forget this day. I will never forget this day. This trade changed everything for me. You get it? So maybe you see this one too. But this one, if you turn it around, you can see it's going to be similar to what is happening this morning. As I turn it around, you can see what is happening. So maybe if the ongoing candle close like this, then the flip of the next one, perfect break and retest, then we can take a sell. But today we have to catch that sell. We have to catch that sell. Okay. So this sell we are keeping an eye on. We are having an eye on this sell. So it depends on how the H1 is going to close. So let's see how when lending opens, how it is going to look like. Okay, so we have like 12 minutes for lending to open. So if lending opens, that is when you are going to know, either you are going to wait for the H4 candle to close. Okay, then maybe our stop loss is going to be a safer side, because if you place the stop loss, it's even though going to be wide, and the take profit is going to be, let me see what's going to be the risk to reward on this trade in case maybe what I'm expecting happens. The risk reward, so maybe the stop loss is like 32 pips. The risk reward is very small. It's going to be 1 to 7. So maybe it will run for close to mostly you have to target like 1 to 2. Okay, so maybe target like 1 to 2, because I strongly believe that this one will turn around and sell. But we need to wait for, even though after seeing the setups, you still have to wait for an entry. You get it? You still have to wait for an entry. So the entry is what I'm waiting for. So I want the candle to print a way that I like, or I've seen it before I would take a trade. Okay, so that's what. So you can see the long wick rejection. So I'm hoping this daily wick is going to fill. Yeah, so it is getting rejected. So you have like 10 minutes. It is getting rejected. So maybe lending will bring in volume. Lending will bring in volume. Lending will bring in volume, but it depends. So let's see, by 5 minutes time when the H4 close, then we make decision. But it will be nice if this one close below this one. If it's closed below this one, then the next candle flip. I think that one would have been better. But if you look closely to this candle, you can see that this candle looks like it's closed with no wick too. So the chances of it flipping too is very high. Okay, the chances of it flipping is very high. It looks like it's never closed with lower wick or bottom wick. So we are still waiting. So let me delete this one before someone might think I'm taking a trade. So let's wait. You have like 10 minutes, 9 minutes for this close. So let's see gold as you are waiting for the closure of the H1. Let's see what gold is doing. For the gold lovers, for the gold diggers, for the gold diggers, let's see what gold is doing. Okay, so yesterday we analyzed gold and gold is some way. So this is the monthly time frame. On the monthly time frame, these are the various rejectional levels. On the weekly time frame, so this is the monthly time frame. On the weekly time frame too as well. On the daily time frame, on the weekly time frame. So moving to the daily time frame. So normally we use the line chart to plot out our get the accuracy of the support and resistances. You get it. So on the daily time frame, I'm expecting, so price has currently rejected. So there was a perfect break and retest, broken out, retested at the daily time frame. So what's the trend for the weekly time frame? The weekly is an uptrend, daily too is an uptrend. Okay, so if you look at the daily time frame, you notice that this candle opens with no wick. So I'm expecting a deep pullback to either the side. Okay, I'm expecting a deep pullback to either to price to get to this side, because the candle needs to close lower wick. Okay, it needs to close with the wick below. So we can see a pullback. So where is the low of the candle? So this is the low. So I'm expecting this candle to pull back over here. So if the candle pulls back over here, okay, because H42 is a downtrend, but if I'm focusing on weekly and daily, then if H4 pullbacks, okay, if you look at the H4, then I think the way H4 is doing, then maybe there can be a counter trade on the H4 time frame. So price is currently forming. Yeah, so there was a trade on gold for this gap to fill. So those lovers of gold, I don't trade gold. So what's the perfect break and retest? 66 pips. Okay, so let me move to the H4 time frame. Yeah, so the trade looks nice for this one to fill at the H4 time frame. So maybe you either wait for the 6, you whether wait for the H1 candle to close. Okay, if you are not waiting for the H1 candle to close, then your stop loss is going to be here. Your stop loss will be here. But if you are waiting for the H1 candle to close to take advantage of the lending open, then you need to wait for the You need to wait for the H1 to close. Then you take advantage. You put your stop loss over here. So I don't trade gold, so I'm not going to execute this one. If I trade gold, I would have executed this one. So I think it looks good. So that one is going. So the H4, the previous H4 has even flipped. Okay, the previous H4 has even flipped. So there was a gap too over here. There was a gap over here that this one needs to correct. So it will be corrected. But so as I've told you, it's either you wait for the H4 candle, H1 to close, then you take advantage of it with the lending open for this gap to be filled. Okay, so that's what I'm expecting on gold. So it will be a counter trend on the daily time frame. Okay, so as I said, so I said, so it is going to be in line with the daily this thing wick fill. Okay, the daily wick fill. The daily what do you call it? The daily pullback, because the daily candle needs to pull back. The pullback, there's no better pullback. It looks like it opens with no wick. Yeah, so that's it on gold. As I've said, I just analyze on gold. I don't trade gold. But with this, a short trade, a scalp trade on gold, because the risk reward is not looking. So if you are using the daily, then maybe you'll be expecting it to come to this side. Maybe the store, yeah. So I think this take profit will make sense. So when price, this point will be your take profit one. If price gets to this side, take profit TP1. If price gets to this side, you either break even or you take majority of profits and you allow it to get to the daily zone. So that's it on gold, but I don't trade gold. I repeat, I don't trade gold. Okay, so let me look at GBP USD. What's happening over there? Yeah, so it looks like what I was expecting is happening. So I might take the flip. So this one is giving a long rejection candle. So I might take the flip. So one thing that is confusing me. So let me see, where is the CHF? So I'm hoping maybe lending open will bring in volume. So it keeps on rejecting. It keeps on rejecting. So you have like 2 minutes. It keeps on rejecting. It keeps on rejecting. So I was expecting this level to be broken. I was expecting this level to be broken. So the trade, so that would be the H4 flip. So let me look at the M30. So the M30 candle has engulfed this one. This decision is very tough because the entry is not there. The entry, so maybe so this one has just gotten rejected by this level. So you have like 1 minute. So if you have some decision to make, you need to make it before the candle will close. But we are heading towards lending open. Now price is getting rejected by this level too as well. The H4 candle has broken the previous H4 high. So that means candle structure is an uptrend. You see one thing, candle structure is an uptrend. So the daily 2 candle structure has shifted. That's this. Decision has been hard, even though it's going to sell, but the entry is the problem. So we have like few seconds to make a decision. If the H4 close like this, that one, the flip will be nice. But the way this one is closing, that is what I'm not convinced. So we have like 12 seconds. So it has closed. It has closed. I don't want to make an impulsive decision because you have rejections over here at the H1, multiple rejections over here, and the way the H4 candle. So you see, mostly candles tells us something. Even though this one is giving an exhaustion candle, but the candle hasn't closed yet. You feel me? The candle hasn't closed yet. So this one is giving a rejection, but you're having this rejection over here. You get it? You're having this rejection over here at the H1 time frame. And the H, so it will be better if the H4 close. Yeah, I think it will be best if H4 close. Yeah, let me check out on gold and see what's happening. Yeah, so the candle close bullish. So I think the flip of this one, if this candle flip, I think it will be good for SL. Yeah, so my focus is on the USD, GBP USD. My focus is on GBP USD. So it's either I wait for the H4 to close. So what do you guys think? So in the chat box, I know some of you are experienced over here. So what do you people think? What are you people waiting for on USD, GBP USD? So drop it in the chat box. What are you think? What are you people waiting for on GBP USD? So you see so normally I get messages, people saying, is it good to use robot? You see how you are thinking to make decision on this one, and you think robot is going to be doing this thing. Using robot to trade using robot to trade is not an advisable way to go. You see how we are thinking, even though we have our system, you have our trading plan, but yes, still making decision on this one, we are still thinking. You get it? So with trading, I said using AI or using robots to make decision becomes very. I will not recommend that. I will not recommend using robots to trade. You see how we are thinking. I hope you people see how we are thinking to make decision on this one. And you said you are going to use robots. It is not advisable. Manual trading is more profitable than robotic trading, because since you have programmed it to do specific tasks, what it knows is what, just execute the command you've given it. It just execute the command you've given it to. So it is now flipping back to the zone. Gold is also trying to flip. So with gold, if it breaks this one, yeah, let me check GBP. Oh, gold is moving. GBP USD has become very delicate. So I think waiting for price to break below this zone will be the best idea, because H12 is sometimes strong. Okay, so waiting for it to, because we don't have any higher time frame we are saying we are relying on. If you are taking the flip of this one, it doesn't make sense, because the high has been broken, the previous candle high has been broken, so it tells you candle structure is what, an uptrend. And if you move to the daily time frame too, the daily time frame candle high has been broken, so it also tells you what, candle trend. So the only thing that is convincing me to take a sell, I wouldn't have even bothered myself to even check sell this morning. This zone is what is making me thinking about sell this morning. I would have even waited for H4 to give proper confirmation, but because of this zone, okay, because if you look at the daily candle structure is an uptrend. You get it? Candle structure is currently an uptrend. If you move at to the H4 too high has been broken, so the chances of price moving high, even though the trend, everything is an uptrend, a downtrend, but the chances of price moving down is also, like, it's very high. Okay, so you need to, before you take a sell, you need the proper confirmation before you take a sell. So if not this zone, that's it looks like it is getting rejected, I wouldn't have even bothered myself to check a sell this morning. So let's wait patiently. So gold hasn't flipped yet. Gold hasn't flipped yet. So I'm waiting for the closure below this one. If the candle close below this one, okay, I need to be very conservative. Trading is all about patience, not rushing. If you lose, your eye clear. If you rush and lose, your eye clear. So this is what I'm expecting to happen. Okay, then I'll take the sell. So this candle should close below this one before it will convince me to take a sell. Other than that, I'm very reserved. I'm not going to rush, because the daily candle structure is an uptrend. H4 candle structure is an uptrend. Okay, so we need to be very reserved on this trade. We need to be reserved on this trade. We need to be reserved. So you see, it is moving up. Okay, so like with my experience in trading, I'm very calm these days. Okay, because 2025 I have to make a lot of money from trading. Okay, not scamming, trading. So I'm very calm, unless I see a convincing something, I'm convinced before I'll bet. So you need to look at trading as an investment. Anytime you are executing a trade, ask yourself, does this trade worth my money, like investing? Okay, you need to ask yourself, does it worth investing in? So you have to be very patient. So do you think people put like 90 loss size, 100 loss size, just click 90 loss size? Do you know the amount you are going to lose if a price move a pip against you? So they are very calculative. Okay, 90 loss size, if you lose, if a one pip against you is like $900. One pip against you is like $900. So those people are very calculative. They make sure the investment worth their money. Okay, so that's how you have to treat trading. So I'm very calm. If you are not convinced, just be conservative. Just be reserved. Okay, just be reserved. So because daily candle structure, the tip has been broken. H4 structure, the tip has also been broken. You feel me? So everything is pointing down. Everything is pointing down. So you see it is moving up. It is moving up. Lending opens and it is moving up. So gold hasn't gotten to the entry level I said. So when it flips and break the low, that is when you execute. Yeah, so GU, I think the best way is to wait for the H4 to close. I think that would be the best idea, is to wait for the H4 to close. Let me check USD card. So USD card just broke out with no confirmation. So it's part of the game. It has broken out with no confirmation. So you can't take these breakouts. You need to wait for confirmation. Just broke out from the key zones. You get it? It has broken out from the zone. You can't take, you shouldn't be like, you shouldn't sell on what a support and buy on a resistance. If you sold over here, price is approaching a strong zone. I've already given you evidences of where price has retested or rejected several times. So if you are taking a sell, that means what? You are selling on what? A zone. You are selling on what? A resistance, a support zone. You don't have to sell on support and buy on a resistance. Make sure price has broken out. And even if that, based on the time frame you are using. So let me clear this one and see. So even if you are focusing on daily, you see daily is having a clean zones. Even if you are focusing on daily, your stop loss is going to be here. You are buying in the middle of a range, which is not advisable. So that means if you are taking a sell over here, you are buying on what? You are selling on a support, which is not advisable. Wait patiently for price to break. If you are calm like me, wait for a rate test like what I've done over here. Okay, sometimes the markets will break out. It's fine. Because one thing you have to understand or bear in mind is what? You can't catch every tick of the move. You get it? You can't catch every tick of the move. You can't of price. You can't catch it. So, Brainy, I've told you to move from your place. You can't, Charlie. You are in the world of online, and your network is not good, which is very bad. You need to move from your place if you can. So you wait patiently for price to break out, wait for the rate test, then you take a sell. That's the best way to go. If you want to take the breakout entry is risky. I've already advised you. So yeah, so I'm waiting for price to break out, price to flip. So if the H4 maybe break below this one, that is when I will consider. So this trade might even, let me check the fundamentals. Okay, so maybe this trade might happen. Yeah, so you see the price is breaking from the zone. Price is breaking from the zone. So I think it will be better we wait for the H4 candle to close. That would be the best way to go, because it is now advisable we wait for the H4 candle to close. You wait for the H4 candle to close. That would be best, even though this zone is strong. So if price rejects it and come to this side, that is when you will consider taking a sell. Okay, so if price is moving up, if it rejects this zone, the next zone that price is going to get rejected is going to be at this level. It is going to be at this level. You get it? It is going to be at this level. It is going to be at this level. So this is the daily. So when it comes to H4, if you look left, okay, where price might get rejected if you look left, so you're having this level over here. Okay, so this is H4. So price is currently breaking from the zone. So we need to stay patient. So I think there's no trade on. There's no trade. Okay. So let me check USD Yeah, so USD is breaking. So it is approaching the zones, the various zones that we talk about. So if there was no confirmation, no entry. So unless there was confirmation, because I gave you all the clue that price is going to move up. If you look at the H daily, the daily is looking like the H daily candle is an uptrend. H4 too is an uptrend. You get it? Like H4 candle structure is an uptrend. So finally broken. So you've saved our money. We didn't invest. We saved our money. That's the most important thing. It's about capital protection. It's not about involving yourself in random trades. So we protect ourselves. No trade this morning. Patience. So far this week, no trade. No trade so far. So the trade I could have taken was this one. This one was the one that I was busy then. So it was around NYSE, New York Stock Exchange, around 3 to 4. So which I wasn't on the chart. So I just did it. So when it happens again, I'm just going to execute. So as USD card, I've told you, wait for price to break out, pull back, you enter. Okay. So if you have any question, kindly drop it in the chat box. So if you have any questions, so those who have not joined the bootcamp, you are starting tomorrow. The bootcamp is starting tomorrow. If you have not subscribed to the channel too, kindly do well, subscribe to the channel too. Let's grow the community. So my goal is to share the knowledge I'm having. So I'm always working tediously to bring the best, to give you the best content. You get it? Like try to bring you the best way to trade to be profitable. That's what I'm. So you see this morning, so the whole of this week, you see the money I've been saving a lot of people. I know a lot of people would have taken the breakout entry. I saved a lot of people over there. See this one too. I've saved a lot of people by waiting. You get it? So the goal is to bring the best to you people. The goal is to bring the best to you people. So I'm always working very hard to make sure getting the right way to trade. That's what I'm always doing. So the bootcamp we are starting on tomorrow. If you have not joined, kindly click the link, register, WhatsApp me, and register. So if you are trying to trade alone, trying to trade yourself, you are going to lose a lot of money. So it's very important you get educated. It is going to save you a lot of dollars. It's going to save you a lot of dollars. Okay, so if you have any question, kindly drop it in the chat box. Yeah, so Brenny, you need to move from your place. If the network, I can't stay in an area where the network is very bad. I can't stay in an area where the network is very bad. How can? Because most of my work is online. When it comes to my physical business, it's an online. When it comes to trading online, so I can't stay in an area where the network is very bad. Then I will be going broke. Because I work from home. All my businesses are online. I sell physical products online. I trade. You see, everything that I do is online. So I can't live in an area where there's bad network. So you don't have to, Danny. You don't have to challenge the market. Just follow what price is doing. I don't care if price is going to pull back again or if it doesn't pull back. I don't care. What I'm expecting is don't challenge the market. What I'm expecting is for price to come, pull back. If it will pull back, fine. If it doesn't pull back and it moves, I don't care. I don't lose anything. You get it? So don't tell yourself. So that's why most people lose, because they will be in a trade, they are on drawdown, and they will convince themselves, I'm not convinced this trade will definitely move, and you are still removing your stop loss. By the time you realize, you've blown your account. So don't say I'm not convinced. Just trade what you see. You get it? Trade what you see. For me, I don't care. Price has broken out. I don't care what price is going to do. If it comes here again, I'm just going to be looking for, because I have my levels. If price come here again, I'm going to look for what? An entry, then execute. Okay, so what I'm always looking for is what? Levels to execute. If this one didn't respect what I'm looking for, I don't have to get worried. You get it? So then you have to be careful. Don't try to challenge, because one thing you need to bear in mind, the technical analysis you are doing on the chart is not what moved price. Bear that thing in mind. The technical analysis is not what moved price. What moved price is the market participants. Those are the people, those major players are the ones move price. So we are trying to follow their footsteps. So if they are decided to move price up, what is my worry? I just have to wait. So now I'm waiting for price. If it pulls back, the H4 pulls back, come to this side, then I'll execute a sell. If it doesn't, I don't care. So that is what you have to have it in mind. Technical analysis doesn't move price. The lines you are drawing on the chart doesn't move price. The major market participant, the news, these are the things that move price. The news, okay. If maybe a governor is speaking, that is what move price. Interest rate, CPI, those things are the one move price. The banks, okay, the big institution, the government, okay, those are the things that move price. So yeah, this one is just it's just an analysis, okay, just a speculation. It doesn't move price. That's what you need to understand. The technical analysis doesn't. So don't be too convinced in your analysis that no matter what price is going. Even so, what some people do. If they are in drawdown, they will tell themselves, oh, no matter what, price is going to move, I'm not going to remove my stop loss, price will move, and the thing is going, price will move. By the time you realize, your account is gone. You get it? So if you place your stop loss over here, assuming maybe I entered over here and price hits my stop loss, I have to what? I have to accept I've lost the trade, allow price to go. You get it? Allow price to go. When it comes back to my entry again, I enter. If there's no entry, I just have to what? Accept that. If I enter and it stops me out, I don't have to just convince myself that there's no way price is not going to move. So I'm just extending my stop. By the time you realize, you blow your account. So make sure you are being patient and waiting for the right thing to happen. That's the most important thing. So don't be convinced in your decision. Price can move. Price can move. Trend can be. So that's why we have trend invalidation. So the trend can be invalidated to an uptrend. Okay, trend. So if you can see this one, this market, from when did we enter the trade? Last week. Was it last week Wednesday we entered this trade? So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. So the market has been moving, sell. So what's the chances that this one is not going to be corrected? So price can move up. This one can be corrected. You get it? Price has been moving sell for a very long time, since Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday to it moves. So it was today it has started moving up. So it can still be moving up. You get it? So the price never validates what you were waiting for. So I think I'll call it a day. No trade, I don't lose anything. I'm very happy. No trade is also a winning trade. So I'm very happy I didn't lose a trade. So I was looking for a sell, and now price is moving up. There was no trade. I didn't rush anything. Okay, I didn't rush anything. So that's it. We come again tomorrow. So those in the private group, if you are going to be discussing, if there was a trade, you will execute. But for now, no trade. Okay, this week I can see this week the market has been slow. I don't know why. At my side, the market has been slow. I'm not seeing any better trade opportunity too as well. Okay, so gold is invalidating the trend. So it wasn't triggered. The setup wasn't triggered. Okay. GBP USD. So no trade so far. So kindly put the channel on notification. Anytime I come live or drop anything on the channel, you get alert. Okay. So if you have any question, let me know before I will leave. Is anyone having a question? Is anyone having a question on the chat box? Is anyone having a question? Is anyone having a question? If there's no question, I'm going to call it a day. See you all same time tomorrow. So tomorrow is Wednesday. So this week, no trade so far. Okay, so if there's no question, let's call it a day. So kindly share the link to your friends, your colleagues too. Okay, so that they will benefit from what you are getting. All right, so thank you all for having the time for us to educate ourselves today. One thing you need to understand is what the forex market is one profitable business you will ever involve yourself, but at the initial stage it is going to be very difficult. So never get worried you are not getting the concept. One thing you need to understand, I always encourage you with this thing. I never started out with, you see how I've been analyzing it as if like it was something I was gifted. I was never gifted with this thing. I've done it for 5 years, more than 5 years. 2019, 2020, 2021, 2020, 2023, 2024. So we are so close to more than 6 years. So 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 20, 25. So this year is my 7th year. I started 2019. So I took it seriously because 2019 I was schooling then, so I wasn't having the time to do it well. So I think I completed the university 2020. So that is when I started taking it seriously. Yeah, so 2020 was the time I decided I would do this thing full time. So 2020, 21, 2020. But I was doing it, okay, but it wasn't more often. So don't be thinking like I was born with this. You just practice and practice, doing it every day. If you do it every day, with time it becomes second like secondary. You get it? So keep on practicing, but I always advise take it slow. Don't go in big. If you are starting out, take it slow, like 0.2, 0.02, 0.01. Like with that one, if you lose, you will lose like maybe $1, $2. You get it? Take it slow. Don't take it big. It's a technical game. You need experience to do it. So take it slow, 0.02. If you lose, you lose like $2, $3. You get, but don't stay on demo for a very long time too as well. So at least fund your account and don't take it's like something you want to be dependent on. You get it? So trade like 0.02 lots. With that one, if you lose, maybe you lose like $2, $3. It's nothing. It just, you are learning. Okay, you are paying the price for what you are learning. With time, the moment you it starts picking, you go in big. The moment you start speaking, you go in big. You start buying prop firms and those stuffs. You get it? You go in big. That's the best way, because it comes with practicing, comes with what? Polishing your skill. You practice. That's when you're polishing your skill. You get it? With time, the losses. So you see now how you are getting rid of some of the losses you would have taken in the past. You are very calculative on the things that you do here. Very, very calculative. So that's how it works. Okay, that's how it works. So guys, if no one is having a question, USD CHF is doing its own thing. USD card is also selling. So go to is also invalidating what you were talking about. So GBP USD also broke out from the zone. So I think I'll be watching it again around 10 o'clock when the 8-4 candle close. That is when I'll be having an eye on. I'll be keeping an eye on this one. So the moment H4 breaks this one, then this zone is going to get filled. Price is going to get to this side, but this will be counter trend, so I'm not interested in the buy. Okay, so I want a trade that is going to run for a very long time. So like this trade run for well. Okay, so if yeah, so USD is pulling back. If it pulls back on this one and the daily candle settle on this one, I think maybe tomorrow you might get a trade on USD by. So it depends on how the candle is going to close. So we are still having hope that we are hoping that GBP USD is just going to be a just fake out move, then it will move down. Okay, we are hoping something of that sort is going to happen. So if you have any question, kindly let me know. Drop it in the chat box. Is anyone having a question? Yeah, so since if the H4 candle closed, this is a strong zone. So let me check whether the H1 has broken. If this zone get broken, if the zone is the 30 minutes, yeah, so the chances of price moving up is very, very high. The chances of price moving up is very, very high. Okay. Okay, so if there was no question, so we saved ourselves today. We didn't take any trade. So this week, zero trade so far. So when it comes to breakout, please kindly wait for the retest. Okay, it is advisable you wait for the retest. It is very, very advisable. Okay, so guys, thank you all for joining today's live stream. Let's come tomorrow to and see. So if there was an opportunity, I will update the private group. I'll update you people. All right. So see you all tomorrow, same time. Have a good day. All right. Bye.